And welcome back to the Marc Scaringi Show. I'm Marc Scaringi, and today we're talking about something that should anger every American First conservative who believed Donald Trump when he promised to drain the swamp. The title of today's podcast, Trump's Family Mining Millions When They Should Be Draining the Swamp. A new bombshell from the New York Times reveals how President Trump personally helped to cut a billion-dollar mining deal in Kazakhstan. And his own sons, along with the Commerce Secretary's family, are positioned to profit handsomely. This isn't just optics. This is the kind of self-enrichment that Trump spent years railing against in Washington insiders. Today, we're breaking it down. The tungsten deal, the family stakes, and why this betrays the core promise that got Trump elected. Not just once, but twice. Stick around. This one's important. The deal basics. Let's start with the facts from this June 28, 2026 New York Times report by Paul Sohn and Eric Lipton. During the Cold War, the Soviets dug prospect holes for tungsten outside the tiny village of Unrek in Kazakhstan. Tungsten, the war metal, is critical for missile warheads, fighter jets, computer chips, you name it. China dominates the supply and prices have skyrocketed. Trump and Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick jumped in. Lutnick met Kazakhstan's president at the St. Regis Hotel in New York last September. Trump jumped on the phone to seal the deal. The U.S. government is now offering up to $1.6 billion in federal financing through the Export-Import Bank and the International Development Finance Corporation for a company called KAZ Resources, K-A-Z Resources. The goal? Secure 12,000 metric tons of tungsten a year for America. Sounds like a national security win on the surface, right? Reshoring critical minerals? Well, but here's where it gets a little bit rotten. The family profit machine. Within weeks of those high-level negotiations, investors tied to Dominari Securities, a firm housed not in Milan, but in Trump Tower, and partly owned by Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, took a 20% stake in the project. Well, how did the Trump sons know about this deal? Interesting. At the same time, Cantor Fitzgerald, controlled by the Commerce Secretary's family, Howard Lutnick's family, and overseen by his sons, Brandon and Kyle, helped raise $210 million in capital for a key partner in the deal. Cantor Fitzgerald pockets millions in fees on these capital raises. The deal was signed November 6, just days after the Trump sons' partners locked in their stake. And this isn't isolated. The Times found at least 14 mining companies with ties to the Trump or Lutnick families that are getting or seeking over $8.9 billion in federal taxpayer support. Companies like USA Rare Earth, Perpetua Resources, all benefiting from Trump administration loans, guarantees, and permits, while family-linked firms earned fees and equity. Trump's sons got stock in Dominari worth millions and work as, of course, paid advisors. They're not running the deals. They claim they're just passive investors. But when your dad is personally negotiating the government-to-government agreement that makes the project viable, I think your family is somewhat connected. Come on now. This echoes the crypto deals earlier in the term. Trump sons playing in billions while dad gets and sets the policy. This is the betrayal of the drain the swamp message. This is the part that should make every Trump supporter who cheered drain the swamp in 2016 and 2024, well, feel like they caught swamp fever themselves. Donald Trump built his brand on attacking the corrupt Washington establishment, the lobbyists, the insiders, the families cashing in on public office from the Bidens to the Clintons. Trump positioned himself as the outsider who would put America first, not his own family first, and not his own pocketbook first. Yet here we are, federal taxpayer-backed billions flowing to projects where the Trump sons and the Commerce Secretary's sons stand to profit. A rabbi-turned-mining executive gets high-level White House and Commerce intervention. Reverse mergers, SPVs, NASDAQ shell companies, the exact kind of financial engineering that smells like swamp to me. The White House says it's all about America's national and economic security. Fine, true, but it's not what it's all about. It's also about one particular family and friends with fathers who have important jobs in government. For example, the presidency of the United States and the Secretary of the Department of Commerce, two pretty well-connected government officials, President Trump and Secretary Lutnick. They're in on the deal, and it's about helping their families get even richer. Well, I guess in one sense that is the American way, but it's not supposed to be, right? And why does the Trump family get a cut of the deal if it's only about America's national interest? Why does the Lutnick family get a cut of the deal if it's only about the American national interest? And what about my family? What about your family? What about my Facebook friends' families? Do we get a cut of the deal? Do we get rich? No. Regrettably, we have to pay. We have to pay in taxpayer dollars for the financing to enable the Trump family to get even richer. And why house the firm in Trump Tower? Why the timing that perfectly aligns family investments with government negotiations? Well, I think we know the answer to all of these questions. Even some Trump administration officials are reportedly disappointed by these links. Democrats are calling for investigations, but we don't need partisan probes. We need consistency. If this was Hunter Biden and Joe, conservatives, including me, would be screaming bloody murder. The same standard applies. Now, this isn't one rogue deal. It's part of a broader pattern and critical minerals rush. The Trump administration has approved massive financing, $18.6 billion, across 60 critical minerals projects. That's historic. That's created a modern gold rush. But the president's sons are at the start of the line, are at the starting line, and actually they're about 20 yards ahead of the starting line when the start gun goes off. And the president's sons and the Commerce Secretary's sons are embedded in the firms riding this wave. It undermines the entire effort. It gives ammunition to critics who say America first really means Trump family first. Kazakhstan gets geopolitical leverage. The investors get early stakes before any tungsten is even mined. The stock pops on government backing. Early insiders can cash out. Meanwhile, American taxpayers, well, we have to pay for it, and we shoulder the risk through these massive loan guarantees. The executive chairman, Penny Althus, says the optics are disturbing, but the project is bigger than any family. Well, maybe not. Maybe families shouldn't be in a position where the optics even arise to the level of disturbing. Now, this is my take on America First conservative movement. Look, I've supported many of Trump's policies, but loyalty to the republic and constitutional principles comes before any personality. This kind of self-dealing erodes trust, betrays the movement that rejected endless foreign entanglements and cronyism and promised to drain the swamp, not become the swamp's largest swamp dweller. Drain the swamp wasn't a slogan. It was a covenant with voters tired of elites getting rich off government. We saw it with the Clinton family. We saw it with the Biden family. And now we're getting it even bigger with the Trump family. When the president's own family appears to benefit directly from deals the president himself is involved in negotiating, that covenant is broken. we can secure tungsten and critical minerals without turning the administration into a family business deal. Strong policy doesn't require this. This is why eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. Even when your side wins an election, you have to call out the problems during the subsequent administration. What do you think? Is this just smart business from the Trump family in a capitalist system, or the swamp that never got drained? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this episode, and tune in next time. I'm Marc Scaringi. Stay principled, stay America first, but demand better from our leaders. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.